Welcome to Power User with Crash Long Johns. That's me. So today we're going to continue our Novice Microsoft Forms series. The previous video that kicked this off, we introduced you what is Microsoft Forms and also examples of what a form and a quiz look like. So today we're going to continue that and we're going to actually show you how to create both a form and a quiz. So let's get started and jump over to the computer. Now that we're at the computer, you'll see that we're our Microsoft Office home. And on our left-hand side, we got our app navigation. If you don't see the MS Form icon, go ahead at the bottom, click All Apps, and this will pull up the All Apps, and then go ahead and click on MS Forms. This will open up the MS Forms, so that way we can begin having you create a new form or a quiz. We're first going to start with the MS Form, and we'll go into details of what's all in there and how to build, and then transition and look at a quiz. So let's start building out a new form. So all we're going to do is click on New Form. This opens up our form. We can give it a title, say illustration of building a form. Then we could give it a description if we wanted to. Now I can just put testing. And so far what that looks like is there's our title of the form and then any description that we wanted to add. So we're going to do add new, which is going to give us some options. We got choice, text, rating, date. We also have ranking, a Likert, file upload, so attachments, net promoter score, and section. With section and branching, we're going to get into in the next video. So we'll come back to section, but we'll put each of these on the form. So what you're going to do is you'll pick what you want to add. So let's do choice. And we can say, what animal would you like to see in the wild? We can say panda, and say lion, kangaroo, and let's go gorilla. All right. Now you can have it where they could do multiple answers or just keep it like where they pick one. You can also make it required or not required. And in here, we're going to have where we can shuffle the options. We can make it a drop down. So instead of just radials, we can make it a drop down instead. And we can also add a subtitle if we need to. And again, add branching, but we're going to get that in the next video. So we can add a new one. Let's say text. And we can say, why did you pick the animal you chose? We can make that a long answer. We can add another one. So we do rating. And see, what do you think of sunsets? We can do a 5-level rating. We can make a star or number. With that, we can also label. Let's say star is low, 5 stars high. Gonna add a new one. Date, pretty easy. You know, if today's date. We have ranking. Rank. Color. We can say red. blue, orange, green. You got your Likert, where you have a statement, and they can, do that 1 to 5, high to low. You can also have the file upload, which we'll go ahead and select that one. It's going to tell you a new folder will be created in OneDrive. You just go ahead and hit OK. And make this attachments. You can then have it where they can do 1 to 10. We also have the file size limit could be 10 megabytes, 100 megabytes, or 1 gigabyte. I would recommend the 1 gigabyte. 100 megabyte, you could probably be okay. It'll still maybe take a little bit of time for it to completely load if they have a 100 megabyte file. And then file type, you can sit there and allow where they could do all, or you can also select which ones that you only want them to be able to do. So let's say you only needed stuff in a PDF or Word, then you would just check mark those two. And what that would do then is if we go back and look at this, now let's say allowable file types, only Word and PDF. Go ahead and check those and jump out of it. Now you'll see allow file types, everything. Go ahead and add another one. We got our Net Promoter Score, how likely to recommend us to a friend or colleague. And that one's pretty self-explanatory. We can always also move these up and down in case you added one. It's like, oh, I don't want that. I want attachments last. So if we go ahead and preview this, see, here's our forms, like what animal would you like to see in the wild? Let's say I want to see a panda. Why'd you pick? I think it would be awesome. What do you think of sunsets? I like sunsets. Give today's date. I'm running out of real estate here, 21st. Rank the colors. Let's see, blue. Then I'll go orange, red, green, orange, red. That's how the ranking does. How likely you recommend us. Give it a 9. And then I can upload a file and then submit. Since none of these are required, I could submit without attachments. But if they were required, we'll go back over here and make one required and preview. You'll see now it's got the little asterisk for required, tells you which ones are required. Once you get what you have set for doing then you can just do share. And then in this case, it's only people in the organization can respond. Then I can copy this link and you can share that through a button in SharePoint, through a quick link in SharePoint web part, or even in Teams. You also have the option for QR code and embed or email it. So that's quick, just how easy it is to just build a form and all the different pieces to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to transition here over to the MS Form quiz. Now we're transitioning to show you how to do an MS Form quiz. As you see, we're back at our MS Form home, and instead of clicking on New Form, we're going to do the drop down. We're going to select New Quiz. This opens up an untitled quiz. In this case, we're going to title this Math Quiz. I'm going to go ahead and hit New. As you see, we still got the choice, text, rating, date. We even have all the other little options that we did in the MS Form. However, my findings has been that choice works really well for giving quizzes. Text, rating, date, and the others, you're going to have to actually manually grade them like you would any other exam that we would give by paper. Text, you can still do that. You ask the question, put it to a long answer, and then review what their answers were, and then grade it on that curve. Like, hey, they got everything they needed, so I'm going to give them full points or partial points. But we're going to just focus on choice for now, and we'll show you how this works. So we got our math. So answer, type and spell. Answer the following equation. And we're going to use this a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go down here and we're going to click on math. Now, if you didn't have a math one, you don't have to click on math, and you can actually ask a different question. So like, what is the color of a cardinal? And you could put the options, and then you can select the little checkbox to notate which one is the correct answer. Again, we're just going to do some math stuff. So enter the equation. I'm going to do like 3 + 1 = an x, and hit OK. And now see that's given us some suggested results. So I can go ahead, there's 4 of them, so I can go ahead and plug these in. So that one's done, and I'll give that one 2 points. And we're going to make it required, and go ahead and add new, make another choice. And this time we're going to do 5 × 2 = x. And we're going to hit OK. And again, it's giving us some choices, so we're going to plug these in. And you see, because it's doing the math, it's already did the check mark for me for the correct answer. Go one more choice, and let's go 3 × 1 = x. Hit OK. It's only giving me like 3 answers. So we're going to go ahead and add one more. Let's just say x = 2. And there we go. So now if we go ahead and preview, we'll see that we got our math quiz, answer the following, and we can submit that. So there you go. That's pretty much how to create these type of forms, MS forms. You got our math quiz, our quizzes. You also got the form. Now, next up, we'll get into the branching and sections. So how to be able to have it where if they basically answer one question and need to go to a totally different question or make another question appear or skip. That's how the branching and sections, we can show you how that's going to lay out in the next video. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, subscribe, for that way you can keep informed of all the new videos. Thank you for stopping by. Until next time, keep learning.